So before we were to get to one of the biggest episodes of the Fifth Doctor's run, we had a rather short little trip of only 2 episodes, or 2 chapters, if you will, within the story of Black Orchid, which is one of the unique ones. I'm trying to remember. I think, damn it. No, none of the Tom Baker ones were like that. I think it was a Troughton one or something like that. That, it just doesn't have any real sci-fi elements in it other than the Doctor himself and, of course, the TARDIS and all that, which he has some policemen travel in for a brief stint. And then they just wave him goodbye at the end. So, well, that was weird. Let's get back to our lives. But once again, he's way off. He hasn't returned to the 80s. He's in 1925, but they added in that Tegan has decided to just, she's given up on going back home just yet. Decided she wants to stick around with the crew for a while. And so they show up in the 1920s. And it's a weird one in that, of course, there's no sci-fi elements. This is something sort of a murder mystery story, but it kind of teases you at first that there's something else going on. The Doctor exits the TARDIS, and right off the bat there's this chauffeur with a car waiting for him. He says, you must be the Doctor. And he's like, yeah. And so, well, we're waiting for you. So they take him over to this estate, and with the home of Lord Cranley, I believe his name, and they're having a cricket match. And so, which already explains what the misunderstanding was, is that the Doctor looks to be in a cricket outfit, which it is. And so they put that to use, which must have been the reason why they even did the show. Plus, it's kind of cheap. You just if you can get the permission to use the grounds, then you're good to go. You can shoot a show. So, of course, there's a lot of scenes, and I rewatching it. I watched there's an extended version of the first episode, and so I watched that one. But a lot of it is, I guess, the extended of the game of Peter Davison playing and all that, and then the costume party. So. The opening sequences seems to show, it doesn't seem it. It shows someone being murdered. And, gee, what's this all about? Well, there's a lot of secret rooms and whatnot in the mansion. And there's somebody being held in there, and some native tribesman from, where was it supposed to be? The Amazon or something like that. He's watching over this deformed guy. Gee, I wonder who that could be. So... ultimately they had the cricket match, and then they say, we're going to have a costume party. So we've got outfits all picked out for you. So, one of the other anomalies of it is, Nyssa, is a dead ringer for Lord Cranley's fiancée, Anne. And, so they just decided, tee-hee, let's play with that and everything. And then, the other little tease was there's a moment where one of them name drops the Master, and the Doctor's kind of, what? And it almost makes you think, yeah, something's going on here. But it, again, just misunderstanding. He's just talking about another Doctor. So, come on, they're playing with you. And then, there's nothing going on. It's just, there's these murders going on. So isn't the Doctor supposed to save the universe and stuff? So the Doctor, instead of saying, hey, what's going on here? I don't think we're who you think we are. Well, all right, let's just put the costumes on and enjoy the party. So the Doctor goes upstairs, apparently takes a shower. But before he comes back, the deformed guy shows up and sneaks into his room and steals the costume. So that, and he's all masked up in a Harlequin outfit, and he zeroes in on the girl Anne and attacks her. And then Butler tries to save her, and he ends up killing the butler. And then she passes out. They come in to investigate, and the Doctor. Trying to find out, I think the guy locked the door on him or something. I can't remember exactly, but he finds a secret door and gets stuck and ends up wandering around the interior of the house with these secret passageways. By the time he shows up, he's accused of murdering the butler and all this stuff, and who done it and everything. And he was witnessed earlier by the tribesman and the matriarch, the mother of the Lord Cranley, and she denies all of this. So, something's up. Well, she's protecting the deformed man because, can you guess? Yes, that's her son, and he's a member of the family. He went off in some exploratory adventure of his own to steal the black orchid, and he was punished by the tribe. They cut his tongue out. Jeez. And he went a little nuts after that. And but apparently, I guess initially he was betrothed to Anne, and so of course he still wants to be with her and all that. She didn't know anything about this, thought he was dead. And later on, she was engaged to his brother, I believe. And so there you have the sad story of poor George Cranley, who ends up mistaking Nyssa for Anne, abducts her, takes her to the roof, and they have a confrontation with him. And after all said and done, he decides to let Nyssa go, and she goes back to the doctor. And then Lord Cranley says, "Thanks, George. Come on, buddy," and lunges for him to give him a hug, and the guy backs up and splats on the ground below. So, whoops. Oh, well, but it's that stuff happens, and, it was just a couple of servants anyway. Seems to be the attitude, more or less. They give the doctor a book about it all, and he's like, "Thanks," and they hop in the TARDIS and take off. Oh, well, they got to dance to Charleston and stuff like that, But so it's a strange one. It's quick, and there's no sci-fi element in it. Other, of course, the doctor. I mean, yes, they bring and that's the thing, that the doctor has to prove his story. He just decides to just tell him, "Yeah, I'm an alien time lord, and I time travel." And then they go to the TARDIS. They have to find it first because he got moved, but they go in it and they say, "Holy crap, look at this," And then he says, "Hey, I can get you back to the house real quick." Okay. And then the TARDIS works fine. Apparently, when the doctor just wants to make a quick trip, just a couple of miles, it's good. But when he's going through time and all that in great distances, well, yeah, you never know exactly where you're going to end up. So at least in those days. So, oh well, there it is. So it was this quick little strange thing, and yet you say strange because it's just an ordinary story, really. It could happen any day now. But in the world of Doctor Who, it's one of the weirder episodes. So anyway, there you have it. They make some jokes that Adric really likes to eat. Boy, he should have listened to him. Hey, sorry. But other than that, there you go. Black Orchid. Thanks for watching and listening. Say, while you're still here, why not like and subscribe and share with your many friends? Yes. Also, check out my mini stores in the link description below. Yes, where you can get t-shirts, hats, mugs, all those goodies with my artwork on them. Oh, yeah. And head over to indieplanet.com and pick up a copy of my comic book, Night Night. Oh, yeah. You can also catch me at my podcast, Mr Nailsin Show, on RadioMisfits.com. And you can also watch my videos on BitChute.com and now on Rumble.com. Oh, my goodness. So many places to watch me and my stuff. Oh, yeah. And if that's not enough for you, well, you can follow me on many social media platforms and say hi to your old pal, Mr. Nailsin.